Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another one of my videos. I have been away for a very long time. I had some personal issues that I needed to sort out. Long story short, lost my job, got a new one. Yay. So yeah, everything's back to normal now, and I should be carrying on with my videos regularly as I wanted to before. So moving on, the story that I'm talking about today, I wanted to talk about months ago. I think this happened in February or January. I'm not sure, but I wanted to talk about it, but didn't have the opportunity because, like I said, I was looking for a new job at the time, and finding work in the UK is fucking shit. So the topic is that this young boy went into his elementary school. He's 6 years old, and he shot his teacher in the fucking chest. Actually, he shot her in the hand, and then the bullet went through her hand and into her chest, I believe. So he shot her in the hand and he shot her in the chest. So yeah, that's fucking crazy. And of course, everyone in the news and on the political spectrum was like pointing fingers. Who's to blame? Oh, it's the NRA. Oh, it's the parents. Oh, it's the 6-year-old. It's the teacher for not ducking. It's everyone's to blame for this except for who should be blamed, which, by the way, is the parents. Okay, if you have a gun, if you have this responsibility, then you need to be more intelligent and more sensible with how you put this gun around your house and where you put this gun. You can't just leave it on top of your dresser drawer or just on the side of the fucking kitchen counter, knowing that your 6-year-old at any time, or even your 10-year-old, anyone can just get their hands on it. Because there are stories out there with kids getting their parents' guns because of the irresponsibility of the parent, and they either shoot themselves or shoot their little siblings. Okay, stories like that do exist, sadly, but at the end of the day, it's the parents' fault because you have this power. And like Uncle Ben said, great power comes great responsibility. Thank you, Uncle Ben. Now, this is the teacher that was shot, okay? She's a very beautiful teacher. I'm not being a creep or nothing, but she's pretty. Yeah, she was the one that shot in the hand, and then the bullet went through, I believe, and it went into her chest. Now, prior to this woman had information, right, that this kid had a gun in his backpack. She even made a complaint to the school, which was completely ignored. And Abigail, that's her name, sent out text messages to loved ones and family members an hour before she was shot. Even the student himself, the 6-year-old boy, told her and confessed that he had a gun in his backpack. Now, after the event happened, after he pulled out the gun, pointed it at his teacher and pulled the trigger, after she got shot in the hand, in the chest, this teacher, this woman was able to be calm, get all the kids in the classroom out safely, and no one else was hurt. Now, I've got a few news snips and news videos about this story, so I'm going to let that play out and then I'll be right back.
Police in Newport News, Virginia, for the first time are explaining what happened inside this school where they say a 6-year-old shot a teacher with a 9mm handgun Friday.
I believe that Miss Zorner, Abigail, that she saved lives on Friday.
The chief, emotional as he shared what he says 25-year-old teacher Abby Werner said from her hospital bed about the moment a student approached her during a lesson with no warning and pointed a gun at her. She says she raised her hand in a defensive motion and the boy pulled the trigger, sending a bullet through her hand and into her upper chest. Police say another staffer quickly subdued the boy while Werner sprang into action to help the rest of her class get to safety.
Mrs. Werner was the last person to leave that class, and then she stopped. She turned around. She turned around to make sure that every one of those students was safe.
Only then did she get help for her wounds.
That's not surprising, but it is heroic.
Investigators say the gun was legally purchased by the boy's mother and was brought to school in a backpack, but it's unclear how he got a hold of it. The chief says it's also unclear if the parents could face charges. The investigation continues. The teacher, meanwhile, is in stable condition.
Right, so she's in stable condition. Obviously, this was a few months ago, and she obviously survived. The mother was supposed to be charged. I think she got away with it. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it, but from what I read up, I think she had the charges dropped or something. So the woman got shot, and nothing's gonna happen. The parents are not gonna get sued or anything like that. I don't believe anyway. But saying that, there are people that came out during this event and started bashing guns, the Second Amendment, the right wing, Republicans, and all this other stuff that they was pointing their finger at, as they always do. Now, one thing that rubs me the wrong way is people who leave their countries to go to whatever country that they go to, and the second they set foot down on their country's soil, they complain and complain about the law and the way the government is run in that country. Well, if that's the case, pick up the suitcases, turn around, and fuck off back. It's that simple. That goes to me and anyone. If I went to Japan, got off the plane and thought, fuck me, Japan is shit. You people need to start fucking doing this, doing that, doing this. I don't feel comfortable here. Then it's not their job to pander to me or bend their government rules for my safety or my liking. If I can't adapt to their law, their country, then I should pack my bags and I should leave Japan and go back home to England. Now, this British woman that you're about to see here pissed me off because she did exactly that. Now, I understand her husband's in the military and she has to go with him, but for her to bitch, moan and complain and then lie about gun deaths and guns crimes in the UK just pissed me off. Listen.
That's the biggest problem in this country. The statistics in the UK for crime is 0 for guns.
Okay, I've got to jump in there very quick. Yes, she's pissed me off already. But right there, it's a complete fucking lie. Because if you go back to my previous videos, you know I've done quite a lot on gun crimes in the UK. Especially this story right here. A young girl who went out with her sister and her friends on Christmas Eve, and somebody did a drive-by at a pub and shot her in the head 10 minutes before Christmas Day. I've already covered that story. It's in my previous video if you want to check that out. By the way, they got the son of a bitch that did it. They've charged him and he is now in prison. And if you want to know what this prick looks like, he looks like that woman from Dodgeball. You know, that Russian bitch with the eyebrows. I think that might be his mum. Anyway, let's move swiftly on back to this stupid bitch. Here we go.
Why is it so bad? Why is there a 7-year-old with a bloody gun? Come on, think about it. Let's do something. We've got a new governor now. Let's do something. Let's change it. You've got a beautiful country. You've got beautiful people. But what's the problem? Guns. How does a 7-year-old have a gun? That's what I'm pissed off with. I'm only here because my husband's in the military, or otherwise I would not have chosen to come to this country.
No, okay, that pissed me off. It probably pissed you off as well. I understand that she didn't want to be there because her husband's in the military and she has to be there. But there's quite a lot of people that come from a different country, go to the US and then complain about gun laws. Because you never had any gun rights in your country. You think it's a problem. It's not. Believe it or not, it's a fucking blessing. You have the right to protect yourself. Now, I know you think, the problem's guns, the problem's guns. No, the problem is evil and stupid people. Intelligent and law-abiding citizens do not go around killing people and causing havoc. The only group of people that do that are criminals and dumbasses. And for those who live outside of the UK, like the US or whoever who are watching this video, I'm going to tell you now, we have a gun problem in this country. Law-abiding citizens don't have guns. The only people that have guns are police and criminals. Everyone else are pretty much non-playable characters at this point. Now, I am going to show you a few videos of a gunshot that happened in a nightclub. You will see blood, so if you don't like blood, skip it. But I'm just warning you now, it's quite graphic. So, without further ado, here's a few videos of the gun problems that we have in this country, as well as knife crimes that happen every single day.
Face the people who carry guns.
Is that loaded?
Yes, it's loaded.
This was London last Saturday, a club night, and you're about to see a semi-automatic weapon being fired. First the shock, then the panic. And the lights come on. On the floor is Tashawn Elliott. He's been shot and his belt is now a tourniquet and he's holding on for his life. Now he cannot walk and cannot forget.
I was so close to my life. Taken away, you know what I mean? A machine gun, man. So many shots in a small place. No, man, this is reality. You understand? Your life can just be taken away just like that. You don't have to have no beef with no one or nothing. You can even be walking to the corner store and lose your life. These things ruin people's lives who are not involved.
And from night attacks to the day, this is Rush Hour Liverpool, filmed from a dash cam this July. Look at the right of the picture. A silver car drives down the pavement. And the gunmen appear and fire 4 shots. A shooting in front of dozens of witnesses.
Let's look at your block. We've got the dot to the force.
This is Birmingham. A shotgun filmed openly and posted on Instagram.
Yeah.
And moved south.
Yeah.
We've also obtained this footage. A threat with a gun, filmed and posted on social media. In London, the number of crimes where shots were fired has doubled in 3 years to more than 2 a day.
I'm on my way to meet a man who claims to smuggle guns into the UK. Sky News can reveal the National Crime Agency has noted an alarming increase in firearms on our streets. And Sam is part of the problem.
I like it. It's very nice.
Yeah,
Very sweet.
good gun.
Yes.
Don't point it at me. This has come through
From France, but the originality from Belgium.
Yeah.
And I bring it from there. Because it's from Belgium, very cheap.
Very cheap. How much in Belgium?
Mine is 600 euro.
600 euros.
Yes.
And how much is it worth here?
And 2,000.
2,000.
800 pounds. 2,000.
2,800.
Yeah.
Sam, not his real name, says he uses this gun himself, that he's paid by drugs gangs to do their dirty work.
For money.
Right. You've used it 3 times?
10 times.
Third time?
10
Oh,
times.
10 times?
10 times I need.
National Crime Agency fears there are more guns in the hands of organised criminals than ever before. It confiscated 104 illegal firearms in 2017-18. That rose to 168 the following year. But in the last 10 months alone, they've already seized 425 guns. So the quantity has quadrupled in 3 years. Would you say there are more than ever before?
It feels that there's more than ever before, and if you look at the statistics that we've got, the seizures are on the increase. Yes, that means we're being more successful at obtaining them, but also it could indicate that there's more available.
Forensic teams have had recent high-profile success in linking single weapons to multiple shootings. So unused, so-called clean guns are preferred. Andy Cook, the Chief Constable of Merseyside Police, had predicted this rise in clean guns coming in.
I was right, it is going up. We're seeing far more newly inferred firearms, far more firearms that are being used for the first time, as opposed to firearms that are being used time and time again. That very clearly spells out a problem.
Yeah, a problem. And it's a problem that's been going on for years in this country. We have a horrendous knife crime and gang crime going on in the UK all over. This isn't new to us. It might be new to you because you don't get our news and information. This is normal. Every single day that we go on TV and we watch news and we go on the radio and we listen to the news on the radio, time and time again, every single day, somebody is being stabbed. Somebody is being killed. Someone is being shot. The murder rate in this country is absolutely horrendous. You need to understand that gun crimes happen everywhere, not just America. And for you to be in America throwing stones at Americans when you are not even born there, you just came there for a holiday or you just got there with your husband because he's in the military. You need to understand and stop lying to the American people, or anyone, in fact, and just tell the truth. Right then, that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching my videos. Like I said all the time, if you've got this far, thank you so much. If you just came across my channel, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will be uploading quite a lot in the future. Like I said before, I had a little bit of trouble finding a job, and I had to do that little space a few months to get my feet back on the ground. But they're back on the ground now, and here I am. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Keep safe.